Welcome to the Rookies, everybody. This is a weekly gameplay stream of Jump Rangers, the tabletop role playing game with Buster the Destroyer and Liz Ransdell. Buster playing Bam Bam, our resident fight ranger, and Liz playing Ripper, our highly psychic regular. Um, Buster, do you want to tell people a little bit about what happens in your life and where they can find you on the internets?
Yeah, I'm a star citizen streamer mostly, so you can find me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/BusterTheStory. It's right below my name, right below me. And then, yeah, I'm just still looking for work and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think I'm about to just go whole hog on Twitch, so we'll see how that goes
I think that's
and
a
do some other
fantastic
stuff.
idea, and if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Yeah,
Because
it's not an immediately lucrative idea. That's the thing. It's going to take time and effort, but I'll figure it out. I'm kind of putting a game plan together, so
that's cool.
come support my channel.
Yes.
But yeah, so I play a lot of Star Citizen and do this and that. So, and you can find me on most of the social medias, if not as Buster the Destroyer, as Buster Destroyer. Because some dog already had it on Instagram.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's rude.
Yeah, I know. I think if I'm a human being, I should get precedent over somebody's dog.
Actual dog, not a metaphorical dog, not some dog, but actually a puppy.
Yeah, yeah.
The dog.
I
Like, look,
I can't be
dogs are
mad at
cool.
dogs. Yeah.
I love dogs. I can't be mad at them for having the same name as me. But I have thumbs to use a phone with. They do not. I think I get to have an account more than they do.
Agree to disagree. Liz, what is going on with your life, and how can people take advantage of it?
We're about to release the Kickstarter for a new illustrated collection of short horror stories, also based on Alice in Wonderland. Incredibly adult entertainment on this end. So that's coming soon, and I'll probably start giving you dates, like even as
Cool.
quickly as next week. Personally, my parents, my father who had his kidney transplant in spring, they just sold their house and now they're moving up to Washington to be where it's still good, where there's
Where's the
trees
rest?
and
Where?
things and it's not the desert.
Yeah.
So that's, it's kind of nice to see him recovering after watching him be so sick
Yeah.
for years. So, it's a weird
Awesome.
feeling to be preparing yourself for the death of a parent, watching them die over time, and then suddenly they're okay.
Wow.
It's
Yeah. That's
with
amazing.
management, but
With limits of management, but yeah,
yeah. So,
that's
they're gonna
awesome
go hang
though.
out with the donor kid because she
Aw.
also gave birth to their youngest grandchild.
That's
Oh, that's
fantastic.
There's just too many points there. I couldn't beat that.
No, that's good. That's a win. Thank you for joining us. This, I believe, is probably going to wind up being the ultimate chapter in our adventure with the rookies. It's an adventure called The Search for Spark. And oh
Ah.
which is a tribute to one of our players. I'll let you, the viewer, guess which one.
It's not the one who's old enough to know, it's the one who's in it enough to know.
Yeah. um, and this adventure is going to continue. We have lots to do, but I'm going to be taking the story that we've started off with, and it's mostly written up. I'm going to be editing it and augmenting it and building it out as a supplement for Jump Rangers, the tabletop role playing game, starting on Saturday at noon on this Twitch channel during our um, data files stream. So please come on by and talk me through what you liked and didn't like about the stream if you happen to be watching it. And there's exciting things. There's exciting things afoot in the world of Jump Rangers. More to come, but a lot of cool stuff. One of the things that I'm excited about is getting some dice, getting some nice Jump Rangers proper like dice with the Jump Rangers font. out there in the world, and I'll be sending them out as giveaways for anybody who signs up to our $10 a month coffee. Ko-fi or coffee? Do we know?
I always
Called
hear,
it coffee, but I have
yeah.
no idea if that's true.
But co-finance is what it is, though. That's why it's ko-fi, right? Because of
Mhm.
co-financing. I don't know.
I'm sure that's correct, but then they say buy me
They do.
Coffee.
They buy me coffee. So yeah, coffee.com/Jump Rangers.
It's just the gift GIF thing all over again.
It's down there in the corner, folks. That's where you
And,
find us. And by the way, because I don't say it enough online, the entire text of the Jump Rangers core book is free to download. When people subscribe for the $5 a month coffee tier, they're getting all the supplementary material and a whole bunch of other stuff, but anyone can play Jump Rangers. So, do it.
yeah, even Weedle can play Jump Rangers if she wanted.
She absolutely could. It's not a hard game. It's not a it's a deep game. It's a challenging game, but it's not a hard game to learn. So, when last we left our adventurers, our heroes had snuck into, very cleverly, I might add, snuck into the central seat of government inside the Loom Capitol building, and had used the teleporting pad at the center of a giant sort of stadium uh, of the Loom governing body to teleport themselves into the center of the planet, into the magma of the planet, where there is a chamber encased in something that's powering it and absorbing heat and keeping it safe, where the central battery of the Loom, all the Loom that are still stuck on Earth, 181 of them in total, have been trapped for the last 1,000 years. And as the energy discharge sort of crackles and waves off, as the ionized air starts to clear and you can see where you are, indeed, it is uh, it is a cylindrical chamber, and above you. See, now I'm changing the production design in my head, but that's okay. It's a cylindrical chamber, and it turns out that this pellet is floating up and down. So it's floating vertically, and you're down at the bottom of the pellet, and at the top half of the pellet is just this sort of almost like an Iron Man style energy reactor with just blue glowing light pouring out of it, and some structural elements, circular structural elements, sort of kind of caging all of this energy in. It's a big circle. It's like the roof of the building that you're in, and there's a number of different walkways that go up the side of the building, almost like a missile silo. And around the edge of the other end of the pellet, which is where you are, the floor, there's the teleporting pad, which makes up the floor of most of the pellet. And then around the sides, there are a number of seats, basically almost dentist chair style seats inside little cages, um, with readouts and computer screens. Much more, much more well developed and sleek than what you would see in a human colony. More like an Apple store and less like a computer repair shop. um, Lining the edges of the room. And so the good news is, um, this is something. So yeah. The other thing I need to tell you is that this pellet, this this reactor on the roof, it doesn't take up the whole ceiling. It's the centerpiece of the ceiling, is what it is. And then there's cables running and conduits running from these chairs up to the centerpiece. It's a very operatic and very self-explanatory design. It's not unclear what this space was used for. But there's nobody here. There's nobody here. So, it's you. It's the both of you,
Mhm.
and and Lux, who is a spore wasp.
Right.
So the first thing we need to do is to see if Lux can contain the spore wasp's natural predisposition to just eat all of this.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't eat it.
That
Don't eat
would
it.
suck. Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Don't.
Lux is doing fine. Lux is doing fine.
Okay, thank
Lux is
God.
fine. So
I mean,
Lux,
the spore wasps aren't very smart, so
no, it's not that hard for Lux to control this thing. It doesn't have much of a mind of its own. It is largely a biological machine that does what the queen needs it to, essentially.
yeah, yeah.
Which raises questions about spore queens that remain unanswered.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are. So Lux has this moment of just breathing in the space and then just kind of, because there's no spore gas in here. There's nothing other than just technology. It's been sitting dormant, but still powered for 1,000 years. So
Yeah.
once that's happened, now are you on Lux's back at this point, or are you?
Yeah, like for
Yep.
like let's move.
Okay. Lux crosses the space and starts tapping various places around the circumference of this of this of this of this ring.
Is that like his way of telling us to push a button or something?
Those are the things we need to disconnect so we can grab the battery.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay. Alrighty. Are you going to be doing this together or individually?
Uh.
I think it'll go faster if we do it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we kind of get into a groove where she unlatches one part and I twist the other part, that kind of deal.
Okay.
Figuring
So,
out after figuring out like, oh, this works this way. Okay.
Now, how the rolls work, I don't know, but
Yeah, but
that's going to be easier to make the rolls work together. It's going to take more time if you don't split up. So Lux taps 3 different spots around the circumference. So we're either going to be here for, I mean, it depends on how fast you can work, but I do think it's smarter for you to do it once right rather than a bunch of times wrong.
yeah.
Which means you're going to be in here for 3 combat rounds.
Okay,
we can
versus
do
what?
it.
Versus shorter or longer. But 3 combat rounds is
It's solid. Yeah.
okay.
That's a definitive number. So,
Who is making the rolls?
well, like what's the kind of the style here? Is it like a body roll? Is it
This
like
is
what
a
are we
mind
doing?
roll. This is a mind roll
Okay.
to see how.
Okay, which of us has a stronger mind?
I
Then
have
we'll start
4
from
in
there.
mind.
You both
I think
have
we're the
4?
same in mind.
Where's mind in the order?
It's the third one down.
Body, heart, mind, spirit.
Yeah, because I should be 5, 4, 4, 3. So yeah, I have 4 mind. So either of us could do it.
Okay.
I guess it depends on our attributes and
Whoever
how
wants
they.
to make this roll is going to subtract 1 die for the help from the other person.
Of course.
And let me go ahead and see if I actually decided how hard this thing was to unlatch. I may not have.
I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. So if you want to take this one, you can, but if not, I'm happy to do it. I think I worked out all my 8s last time.
I'll put you right
Knock
here
on
for a
wood.
second.
Okay.
This chair. This is a new chair up here, and I'm like figuring out how noisy it is.
Okay. Okay. This is I think so getting those whatchamacallums, those generators working required 10 victories. This is the single most important piece of technology to loom civilization.
Oh.
So we're going to go ahead and say, for a human to take this thing apart, you're going to need 12 victories for each of these 3 latches, Or no,
Oh
you'll
my
just need 12.
god.
I'll say you'll need 12 victories for the whole thing. I'll say you need 12 victories to unhook this thing.
Okay.
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 But I am going to allow you to add help from Lux, who is not necessarily an expert, but who does have some
Hey, some relevant.
relevant
Yeah.
information, which they are giving you. So let's see here. This is such a mess. Training virtues. Let's see. Lux. Big mouth. Virtues. Insightful. Quick. Okay. Okay. Here's how this is going to work. So Lux doesn't get to have knowledge necessarily. Is that
Right?
Yeah. But okay. But they can add. Lux is going to add alert and instinct.
That's fair.
Lux can only communicate virtues in its present state. Lux can't give you knowledge. Lux can give you virtues. So alert and instinct are 2. So right now
Okay.
it's Buster, you're making the roll. You have basic training, that's 3.
Am I?
Or are you, Ripper? Who's making it?
I don't know. I think we would probably figure. I mean, I guess based on who has the most
1, 2, 3, not it.
Yeah.
I ended it, so I just assumed it was Buster's turn, but I can start it because that was last time, and this is a whole new session.
It doesn't matter. I
Before
just
we
I
get into
just
this
didn't
roll,
know
by
which
the
one of
way-
us would be more appropriate.
Before we get into this, does anybody have any virtues they want to go for in this session?
That's
Oh,
what I haven't
good
decided
question.
yet. That's why I didn't want to roll because I hadn't decided what I wanted yet.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I'll roll it, and I'll say virtues. What would be like?
You're going to be taking this battery and you're going to be reclaiming the mothership and the Valhalla. That's what this day is about for you.
So like what virtue comes with that? Like victory is not a virtue,
Nope.
but
reckless is a
but
virtue.
like this whole thing is kind of
It's
reckless.
righteous.
Righteous. I like righteous.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it is very righteous to try and save all these loom. 181
Yeah.
loom altogether.
Especially loom that are stuck in a freaking battery and have been for like 1,000 years and are probably real sick of each other and are a lot more inclined to be decent people. Hopefully, who knows?
True.
Than Lux. So,
Great.
or at least people interested in like, oh wow, there's other people. Look at you, you're different. What are you?
Yep. These people have also not been part of the war that the loom have been waging for the last 1,000 years. They haven't been there through the societal development in their war against.
Maybe they got
in a
locked
battery.
down. Maybe they got locked down in the battery for a reason.
Maybe
they're the rebels who get that people should have empathy.
We're not.
Rebellious impact.
Are we feeding the storyteller here? Is that what's going on?
Maybe.
Is that how Buster the Destroyer operates? In game development, it's the best idea that wins. It's the best.
That's true.
That's what Jared says.
And I'm just a very
Doesn't matter
assertive
where it
role
comes
player.
from.
I'm just a very assertive role player. I've always been told that since I started role playing. You're so assertive.
It's good. It's good. I
Yeah.
am too.
So yeah. I'll do the roll and I'll say that I'm going, yeah, for righteousness. Thank you.
Okay, good call.
Thank you. See, Liz always has a good suggestion for me. I need to come up with a good one for Liz. I think like you already have brave, like maybe something to do with
We'll be using that.
Yes.
But maybe for you what you could go for is like something along the lines of like this is kind of a growing moment for a 6-year-old. This is like the kind of moment that turns you into a 7-year-old. You know what I mean? Not responsible, but maybe maybe more along the lines, like something along the lines of responsible or like seeing the bigger picture, whatever that means, like as a word, like not perception.
I see what you're saying. Let me bust out
But
my thesaurus.
maybe being observational, but like in a more active way, if that makes sense. Like just I don't know. I'm trying to help,
Aware.
but yeah. Huh?
Say
Aware.
discernment. So
Aware.
Discernment. I like.
Discernment is a noun. We want an adjective.
That's true, and
well,
that's not a virtue.
discerning.
It's a virtue. I always have to remember it's a virtue.
Yeah, discerning would be
Discerning. Yeah,
the.
discerning. I looked up aware on.
But it's sort of aware is part of what discerning is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Discerning.
You know,
Attentive, awake, cognizant, conscious, informed, mindful, wise.
mindful is good. Mindful feels more like a word you'd use on a kid versus
Yeah.
discerning.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless you were raised like I was raised. But
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Is mindful one you want to go for in this?
I think mindful works.
Now this is going to be a race to the end, you guys. The next session is going to be largely probably role playing, and it's going to be probably largely cooldown. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say, if you want these virtues, get your rolls in. I'm putting in.
Yeah.
It's not because you know what I mean. Get them in, make them happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to put a cap on these two for this session. So,
Yeah.
Buster, you're going for what was it?
Righteousness.
Righteous, and mindful.
Mhm.
Okay.
Righteous
and,
rage.
And you are saving an entire. You're saving almost 200 people you've never even met. It's a righteous thing to do.
Yeah.
You have,
well, and then all the other
So
people that we don't
heroic.
even know.
You have a
we
target of
just met
2
today.
already, thanks to
Okay.
Lux. 3 with
Okay.
basic training. What else you got?
Okay, I've got basic, obviously we already said that. Basic strategy.
No.
I don't have do I have stealth? I gotta look at my thing. I don't have you have stealth.
This isn't you are not required to be quiet.
Let me pull up my little notes. Piloting, combat.
Nope.
All right, let's get in my virtues. Assertive.
Yes.
Focused.
Definitely.
Cool.
Yes.
Gotta be cool in a hot place, you know what I mean?
If you're pulling like ancient loom like access out of your ass.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool.
I got this.
So cool.
Why don't you step out of the way, little kid?
Relentless.
No.
Inspiring.
Yes.
Yeah, because if I pull this off, this will be like one of the most inspiring things that's ever happened.
Yep. We're at 7
There
right
we
now.
go.
Everything else is cake, but you need 12 victories here.
Okay, so we're at 7 with me and Lux. Okay.
What do you got?
Yeah. Come on, Ripper. Bring it in.
Basic. Smart.
Yep.
I'm calling psychic, farseeing, and traversal because A, these are intelligences inside this thing.
Yep.
B, we have to get them the hell out.
Yep.
So we're good there.
All of those are good. Yep.
Curious.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have to be curious to do something like this. You can't.
Clever.
It is going to be clever. Okay.
Brave.
Target of 14. I'm not going to give you courage. Nope. No.
All right, but what about improv?
Yes.
Yeah, because we're learning how to do this first time. We got to figure it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it for me.
That is.
And
15.
I'm rolling for mindful
That's
at my
target
next
of
roll.
15. So.
Yep.
You have 7 automatic. Right? 15. So target of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. 7 automatic victories. You need
out of 12.
And you need 12 victories.
So we need to get 5 more.
Yep.
All right.
And
you ready
for
3
dice
me?
to do it.
Okay.
Do you want to make the roll or do you want to try a different tactic?
No, let's do the roll. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. We got it set up.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
I only got 3 dice, and I gotta get 5 victories. So we're gonna pray for at least a 1.
Yep, 2 1s you need.
2 1s. This is not gonna be easy. Because I don't know what other tactic could do better
Well,
here.
so there's 2 rule systems to take into account here. Okay?
Okay.
One is that you're using the cooperative play, which is important. The other is that you can prepare for rolls. So you can do something in one roll. You can use you're trying to do the same thing. So you can use these dice to get additional victories on another roll. You can figure out
Okay.
something preparatory that you can do and use these dice and use this difficulty to do that preparatory thing. And if you get more than the target number, you get to add those victories to your next roll as well. So it takes time to
Okay.
prepare, but it can be to your advantage.
Okay, so I'm like, just okay. What would we? So I can prepare something before I even take the rolls, is what you're saying.
Yep, for
And
example, you
then,
could figure out how this thing unlocks,
right,
and then you could
and that's
unlock it.
that's what I'm. That's one thing I'm like. I would think, yeah, because like it's on the first roll that you're just like, oh, I'm trying to like prepare for the next time I'm doing it. So the first one, I by default don't get anything.
Right, except that, well, the victory of trying to do the thing that you're doing, tell me what you're trying to do, and I will tell you how hard it is. And
Okay,
then
okay,
every victory that you get on top of that thing that you do. So this is I think it's called compounding success. But
okay.
basically what it means is it's a rule for critical success. It's the
Yeah,
same.
no, it makes sense, but I'm just it's on the first one that I'm trying to understand. Like
Yep,
this first one, I just have to succeed and say this is a thing
I
that
will
I'm
try and
trying
do
to
it.
do for the next one.
And I will say, okay, that thing that you're trying to do is this hard. And I'll give you a number.
Okay.
You need that many
Well,
victories, and every victory on top of that gives you automatic victories on the next roll, on top of what you've
I
already
mean,
figured out.
sensibly too, it makes sense because we're going to repeat this process a couple more times. So
No,
I would think,
it's only
yeah.
gonna be the once. It's only gonna be the once. I've rescinded that
Okay. Okay. So if we fail this one, we fail all of it.
or you got to figure out something else. Fail's a big word.
Ugh,
You only fail when you stop trying, Buster.
that's fair. But okay, I mean, like okay, so let's just say like let's think about this like what would we be trying to prepare to do here? Like obviously like we want to better understand like
Think
maybe
just
there's
because he
something.
tapped them, we probably should examine the cables.
Yeah, like we should examine some of it like ahead of actually acting because that might give us like an advantage in understanding like maybe there's like a uniformity to this technology as we move through it. So it's like, oh, well that it has that kind of latch in this kind of position on everything. Well, we already done it like a couple times. We got pretty freaking good at it after a while.
Yep.
Like yeah, so basically I would say that like we'll try to like examine the equipment
You're trying to
mindful
figure out how
like
to
you know
interface with it. You're trying to figure out how it works.
yeah how yeah like interface with it in a way because like obviously like Lux can't, even if Lux knew more to say about it, Lux can't actually say it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say
So
that figuring out how the interface works, figuring out how to actually make it do things, I'm going to say that's difficulty 9. Okay?
okay,
So you
yeah,
have
all
7
that
automatic
stuff.
victories and 3 dice.
Okay,
Now you
so
might
let's
need
do
to do
that
one more
first.
thing. You see what I'm saying? You might need to do one more thing, but you're on your
But
way.
then we can split up the roles too.
Yeah, figure out how to interface with it and understand, I guess, the physicality of it so that as we're doing these things, like we can observe those physical cues that it has or those physical features. So it's like
Yep.
maybe like this angle on the edge of a console indicates it's a maintenance console, or like a curve shape means, or a curved console means it's, like there could be
Yep.
little differences
You're
in
trying to
things
figure
that,
out what the user interface looks like and what it means and what the design
well,
means.
not,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The user interface and the physical design and how they interact.
So those are two separate things. And I
Yes.
will let you roll 2 separate rolls for each of those 2 separate things. So figuring
Okay.
out both of those are difficulty 9. Both of these are heroic
Okay.
rolls. But
Okay.
you have 7 victories in the
7
bag
victories already with 3 dice to roll.
with 3 dice to
Okay.
roll.
Okay.
So
Target
you
7.
need
Alright.
two.
Okay, so I have to get under 7 is what you're saying.
Yep, 7 or under. You can't get an 8.
Okay. Okay, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is the first roll. 4 dice. Let's see it.
Okay.
Or 3 dice. Excuse me. 3 dice.
1.
Nice.
1. Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll that. 3,
Okay, that's 2. That's 9 victories total on this roll.
6, and
10
then I have one more
victories
dice to
total.
roll.
Yep.
3.
3. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11. So you now have 2 more victories on your. So you now have 17. You have 9
Yeah,
basically.
15 now. Yeah.
Exactly. You have 9 freebies
9 freebies out of 12.
out of
Okay.
12. And here's your role on figuring out the design space.
Okay.
And what? So you're looking. How do I identify latches? How do I identify?
Nice. No way. 4. Okay.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
And then 6.
That's no win.
Perfect.
Nice, Buster. Okay.
Now here's my one question. Do you want me to roll, or do you want to complete? Is it 3 separate turns or just 3 separate rolls?
No, this is fine. This will be the 3rd turn, and it's just 1 roll, and it'll be this is it. This is the money.
So
shot.
you could have
Righteous,
righteous
right away.
if you would like. We're so far ahead. I
that's
feel like
true.
you've
That's
got
true.
room.
That's true.
I feel like you've got some breathing room on this now. If you wanted to go ahead and just slam it home, or I
Yeah.
will roll.
I'll slam it home. I'm about it. I'm about
figured
slamming it
so.
home right now.
Like I don't think you could have set yourself up better. So
I feel bug Jesus with this in this Wendy's tonight. Okay. Or Loom Jesus. I feel Loom Jesus
All
in
right.
this is with us in this magma tonight.
So
So
the 2 of you climb up on Lux's back, and Lux scrambles up.
like
the walls.
we're ready. We're like we got it.
Yep.
I tell you both. I'm like, this is how it works. We got it.
You think you figured it out. 12
We
victories.
do this.
Lux starts working his way, climbing around the circumference of the kind of arc reactor that's at the center of this space with all the structure holding it together. And what you're expecting is that there will be a series of unlocking mechanisms around this arc reactor thing and this glowing blue medicine pellet.
Right.
Basically the size of a Yugo.
What's a Yugo?
It's basically the size of like a Volkswagen.
a bug.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, now I feel old.
Yeah, we'll drop
We're
out
fine.
of the ceiling, and Lux is going to catch it. That's what's going to happen. But first, you got to unlock it, and you're just going to run up there and tap the controls.
We're going to do it.
Okay.
We're doing it.
Okay. All right, Buster.
Okay. So
Lux starts
what
making his way around. You got 3 dice. You have 11 victories already. You need
here
one
we go.
more. You have 3 dice.
God.
3.
That's 1. So you're there. You're there unless you screw it up.
6.
Okay. You can't screw it up.
8.
No, it's okay. You got 13.
You squeaked it. Plus 1.
At least that 8 came in when the coast was clear.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if I was gonna get an 8, that was the only time I was gonna be okay with it.
All right.
And I'm righteous now. I earned that.
You are righteous. You can put righteous on your character sheet.
Righteous. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it all the time now. Man, woo, woo, woo.
There's little these little spidery latches let go of the central battery. This whole and the other thing, by the way, that has to be done here as quick as possible is you have to hook. We completely forgot about this. You have to.
We have to hook
the generator up to the battery, but that's okay. It needs to get
that's fine
first.
Yeah.
All right.
Click, 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 like loud, massive, metallic clicks all the way around this thing, and then sure enough, it just kind of
so
starts to slide out. Lux grabs hold of it and tries to drop it down to the ground as gently as possible. 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
We're just going
to have a rope to help steady him,
like
like that kind of deal.
We have 13 dice. It shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, we'd help him too to keep it stable and
You know what?
like
it's
any way that we
no
can.
problem. It is no. We got 8s, but we got them all back in 1s. It's no problem. Lux lowers this thing down to the ground. Now, I need one more roll from the both of you. This is a difficulty 9
Ooh,
to hook the generator up. You've already been
okay.
messing with the generators and you've already been messing with the battery, so it's not any harder than that. But still, this is a heroic action. Difficulty
What
9.
Okay. So how many do we roll?
Well, first of all, who's rolling?
Oh,
I
do you
mean,
want to go for it this time,
I
Ripper?
feel like
Start
we
on
just.
you.
Yeah, I gotta take my turn. Gotta
All right.
Yeah.
So
my
you
end of
have
it.
3 dice. You have 3 dice. Hit me with your hit me with your wisdom. Tell me what you bring into this roll.
And I'll help if all need be.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
wait,
assuming
so
you're
we each.
helping. I'm assuming you're doing it together
Yeah.
because you're doing this whole
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and while I try to think about. I feel like it's just going to be the same ones over again, but
That's okay.
Yeah.
That probably will
so
be.
basic.
No, it is. It's the same things over again. So you have
Yeah, basic, smart, psychic, Farsian, traversal, curious, improv, and clever.
Yep, it's all the same. So you have 7
Mhm.
automatic victories, including Bam Bam's help.
Okay.
You have 3 dice.
All right.
You can do it.
1.
Yes.
I like when one's the number one, right?
Yep. Okay.
7.
Great. It's only the 8s you have to watch out for on this roll when you're
5. Oh wait, I got to reroll. So
Yep.
4. That was right. 3 dice.
Yep. So you
3
two
dice to
hook
reroll.
up the generator to the battery. The whole thing starts glowing nice and bright. And Lux kneels down for you to climb onto his back.
Yeah. And then do we need to like help him secure that thing, like
Nope.
rope or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
So you climb onto his back. I want you both to
Yeah.
secure yourselves.
And prepare for battle.
Make a body check, both of you, to secure yourselves as well as possible.
Okay. How many? Wait, body's the top one, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have 5 in that, so I
Great.
roll 5 times.
Yep.
Okay. 4, 2, 5.
Well, let's find out what your
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
No, let's say it's a combat roll. It's fine. Difficulty 4. I mean, it's a target of 4. Go and roll it into
Yeah, okay.
because it's gonna be a contested roll.
Okay.
Oh no. It's not. What am I saying? No, it's not. It's a contested roll. Just roll. Pick. We do it as normal. So what you got? Basic training, improvise, or that's.
Well,
that's
I don't
Ripper.
have Empire.
Yeah, that's Ripper.
I have basic training, combat.
Yep.
A bit of strategy.
Nope.
I have to look.
You get to put this
Piloting.
Yep.
Assertive.
Yep.
Focused.
Nope.
Cool.
Yes.
Relentless.
Yes.
Inspiring.
6. I'm not giving you inspiring. So you've got target
Yeah.
of 6. This is pretty good. 5 dice to a target of 6. This is going to be added to any difficulties to shake you off.
Okay.
So you want these victories. Make a note of how many you have for me. And I'm going to
Okay.
move on to Ripper and get through yours. You have, this is improvised for sure. This is basic training for sure.
Yeah, basic, improv, traversal.
Yes. Brave.
Smart, brave.
That's 5.
Shoot, untamed.
Yeah. Yep. Also target of 6.
All right.
All right.
And
All right. How many did you get, Buster?
Well, I originally rolled a 4, 5, and a 3, I think, and then I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Sounds like you have 5 victories to me.
Yeah.
all right. And I've got 3 body. So that's 1,
Yes.
5, 4.
Yep.
Oh, and 3.
Great. Perfect. All right. So 5 and 4. For his part, for their part, Lux grapples with his with his 4 undercarriage legs, grapples the battery, hoists it up. You can almost hear Lux just take a deep breath, just like with his big thorax, and then touches down on the teleporter pad.
Shh.
There's a huge eruption of light and sound around you, and in almost in a like a magic trick flashbang with you know condensation and all kinds of displacement and all kinds of weird physics going on. This huge battery shows up in the middle of the council chamber for the Loom seat of government. And immediately, every one of the 18 spore bugs in the room turns around, looks at you, and just goes. So,
But they're still slow, right?
what's that?
But they're still slow, right?
They're slow,
Oh, good.
but they're making noise.
And they're not the only ones that'll hear. Yeah, so we
No.
got a hightail.
All right.
We gotta just start flying.
2, yep, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we are going to give Lux a chance here to make the most of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Target of 6. This is Lux's roll.
Go, Lux, go.
Now the
Let's
problem
go,
that you're going
Lux.
to have is that Lux might not be as good of a spore wasp as real spore wasps. So 1,
Yeah.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dice. 7 victories for Lux. I'm writing that down.
You know, if Lux has got like some little horns or something.
Literally hear and feel the whole air inside this council chamber just start to swirl like a tornado as Lux's wings shoot him down out of the council chamber and straight down towards the hall. You're passing like all of those pillared structures and all of that architecture that we talked about when you first made your way in here is zooming past you as a spore wasp like swirls down through the mist into the clearing in front of you, right into the center of the frame.
Okay.
So we have a couple of different options here. You can't really communicate with Lux in this state. So
No, but is there some kind of spikes on his head where I could like jerk him around and tell him go left, go right?
Sure.
Like some handhold where I'm like, do that way. You know what I meant, Lux.
You're gonna try and pilot Lux?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm probably a better pilot than Lux is.
All right.
I've trained for this moment, and I've never get to use my piloting skills
true.
like ever.
That's true. All right.
It's like the one skill that's always like on my skills that is like useless 95% of the time.
It's not always going to be the case, but it has been the
I
case.
know, I
It
know.
has been the case. So let's go ahead.
Today it is the case.
Yeah. All right. All right. So here's how piloting works. When you are piloting when you're piloting something, it basically has what's called capabilities, which are just virtues and training. You get to add them to yours. If you're taking damage, you add its structure. So you are going to try and do the stuff that you want it to do. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and say you and Lux are collaborating on this. So you have exactly. So you have access to the things that Lux is capable of.
At will. Okay.
And you have to subtract 1 die. This is going to be a body check. This is going to be a body check, which is good for you. It's good for you.
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna have to take this one. I don't.
All right.
My little body.
So you're gonna try and slip past this guy. You're gonna try and like swirl around him.
Yeah, just pilot, like being a good pilot.
You're gonna outmaneuver this
yes,
spore wasp?
Because the spore wasps think like wasps.
Yep.
I don't think like a wasp.
I mean, you got a good point.
I think like a pilot, and that's better than a wasp. Do you see wasps buzzing around in space?
Nope, sure don't.
Nope.
Four.
Do you see wasps making pristine landings? No, they just roll around like idiots.
Making friends and influencing people.
9, 10. You're making excellent points, Buster. All right, so
I
you got
always
5
do.
dice. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, great. So here's what we're gonna do, Buster. Based on what we've got the virtues here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 automatic targets. You know what I'm saying? You're starting with a
Yeah.
target of 5 based
Right.
on what Lux can give you. You have 4 dice to roll because you're taking that information from Lux. That's part of your action.
Right.
So it eats into your focus a little bit.
Okay.
And we'll get to you in a second, Ripper.
Yeah.
It seems like Buster's taking initiative here. Like we haven't really needed an initiative roll on this round. We'll need one for the next round. But you are gonna probably need to help. Not necessarily with the flying, but you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna handle this because this is not the only spore wasp out here. But for now, Buster, 5. I'm gonna make a note. +5 to Buster's flying rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. That's a note. So you go ahead and make your flying roll. You've got 4 dice. What do you bring into the table?
Piloting.
1,
Basic.
2.
Strategy.
Okay, 3.
And strategic flying. Combat.
Yep, 4.
That's literally all my skills. So all
Okay.
my skills are at play.
Congratulations. That's the first time that's happened.
Ever. Assertive.
Yeah.
That's a pretty assertive move. Focused.
That's 6.
Cool.
Yep, definitely cool.
There's so many cool points right now. Relentless. Relentless. Did you
Yep.
get that one? Okay. And then inspiring.
I don't know if this is exactly inspiring.
Yeah, it's just the two of us. It's just all of us. It's not like it's being done in front of like 500 people
Well,
and
yeah,
it's
and it's
super
not the
amazing.
kind of thing. Well, you know what though? You're inspiring Lux.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna give
literally.
it to you. You have to.
Literally,
You have to.
up and down across, and then I have my new one, which I don't think applies in this one, right?
No.
We don't get it. What was it again? It was righteous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is righteous. You're saving lives.
Yeah, but it doesn't apply
You've
until
got it.
like
You
the
can
next
use. I
session,
mean, how
right?
often can you use it?
No,
The
you
same.
earned it. It's on your character sheet.
I'm sorry. I'm used to like every other thing where it's like, oh well, you've earned the level up, but you can't do it till next session.
I'm not gonna do that to you.
Okay, well, righteous. That's literally everything is at play right now.
You
All
have
of my virtues and skills are being used in this moment.
I feel like that's fair.
You have 8 automatic victories on this roll.
Okay.
And 4 dice to roll.
Okay.
Target 7.
All right. Bartholomew 3. Bartholomew 4. Bartholomew 4. Bartholomew 7.
All right. So you have 12 victories.
Okay,
Spore Wasp. Okay, Spore Wasp. Show me something. There's 1 8, 2 8s. There's 1, 3 8s. All right, it's actually like this guy's so close to stopping you. So you grab these 2 little spines on the back of Lux's head, of his spore wasp head. You wrap your legs around. You start yanking him around, and at first he's very he's resisting you, and you go the hell, and you just wrench it, and you bank that spore wasp.
I'm like, trust me, Lux.
Yep, you bank him down towards the ground, and then roll him with his butt basically against the interior of the surface, up the wall and across the ceiling, rolling him down the space. And as the bug in front of you tries to track you down, you create an opening on top of him. And literally, as you fly past this spore wasp, rolling over, The two of you, I mean, it's a maverick maneuver. The two of you are watching. You're looking up at the floor, watching
Yeah.
this spore wasp utterly befuddled beneath you pass you by, and shoom, you rocket right out into the
Barrel roll gets him every
opening.
time.
Yeah.
The barrel roll always works.
Yep. Bam Bam says, "I'll try turning. That's a good trick." It is a good trick. So, oh, that was a much better roll. Damn it. So you get out there into the opening of this giant horseshoe. You know where you are relative to the mothership. And the spore wasp beneath you is sort of twisting around. Like it actually throws itself off of its core, trying to keep tracking you, and plummets through the air just a little bit before it catches itself on its wings and starts to roar after you, along with 7 other spore wasps, like kind of on patrol throughout this area that see you going and start just roaring like down towards you onto your tail through the milk and the mist.
Lux, there's a couple of words back on Earth in some countries that we used to use, and they're both Andale and Ariba. It means go fast, go real fast.
Now the other thing is Lux is carrying a battery.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It's very
Yeah,
heavy.
it's-
Neither of you could lift this. No human
Yeah.
could lift this. So this is where we roll initiative. The way we deal with initiative, if you have forgotten, is you roll either mind or spirit, whichever is stronger, against a target of 4. Lux will do the same, as will. Now, this is where you're lucky. Spore wasps are not smart. They're not. At all. So I just need 11 of these dice. All right. Target of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lux has an initiative of 7. The spore wasps have an initiative of last. Because they are stupid. But are either of you going before Lux? Probably not.
I have to roll under it. Under what?
Under 4.
Oh, I rolled a 3 in one of them.
Okay.
Out of
But you're
I
rolling.
rolled 4 times.
Okay, and you got a 3, and other stuff was over 4.
Well, I got a 1. I got a 1 in one of them. Yeah, I got a 1, a 3, a 4, and an 8.
You're going on 3 because that's 3 victories.
Yeah.
Liz, how about yourself?
Idea
Okay.
where I fit into this.
Is your spirit or your mind higher?
They're not the same, are they? Hold on, I gotta flip my cheat sheet. I was just looking at it, but I was looking somewhere else.
Oh, literally.
I have 6 spirit. That's right.
Roll
I only have
that.
4 mind.
Yeah, you. It's like we're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. You got the 6 spirit. I've got the 6 body.
Yep.
So roll your 6 spirit, target of 4.
1,
Okay.
3,
Yep.
8,
Okay.
3, 4.
And you rerolled that 1?
Oh, right. 2.
2. Okay. So you got a 5. So Lux is going to go first. Lux can't really do anything. Lux can actually take the initiative. Do you want to help Lux, Buster, or do you want Lux to help you?
When we're just trying to speed up there
Lux can do
and
that
get
job.
to it.
Yep.
Yeah, Lux can do that job, and I'll help him.
Great. That's fantastic news for Lux because Lux has a lot more dice than you. So we're going to take one of those dice away. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
You have, so Lux has 5. It's the same dice. It's the same roll you did, right? What was
Right.
your target? Was you had what was your overall difficulty? Lux gave you 5. You had a total target of what?
I want to say it was it 7 or 8 or what? I don't know.
It was 8 plus 5. It was 12, right?
Okay, yeah,
That's what it was. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you had 5. That's right. Plus 5 to that's right. That's what it was. So target of 7 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of 1s. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my gosh. That is, without a lot of ones, there's no way they're catching up. So luck starts pouring it on, and you kind of lean into it. This is going to be your action for the round, right?
Yeah, like I'm like sort of I imagine I'm like not only like helping him like identify good pathways,
Mm-hmm.
but also like I don't know, maybe it put some fire in him a little bit, like,
Absolutely.
you
It's
know.
helping. It's helping.
Like we
So you
got
see
this,
the spore
Lux.
wasps get organized, and they start. 8 spore wasps are charging after you, Ripper, and they are between the coals that Lux is pouring on this fire, and the fact that Lux is dragging this battery with him. I'm going to go ahead and say they're keeping pace. They're not losing. You have an action to take this round before the spore wasps get to try anything. I want you to think
You can
way outside
prepare.
the box because you're a powerful psychic. So nothing's off the table. Just because you don't have something on your character sheet doesn't mean you can't try it. You understand what I'm saying? All it means is you look at what's on your character sheet and say, well, I can use these things to make it work. So anything that you possibly want to try in the Marvel Star Trek sense, you see what I'm
The
saying?
Marvel Star
Well, we
Trek
just
sense.
invert the converters and then it fucking works, right?
Yeah.
Just polarize the what's it called?
I remember Ripper, they're not very smart. They probably they're run by a queen. You might be able to convince them you're the
Well,
queen
I
now.
was thinking, how do you give wasps a death wish?
You make them feel like their queen commanded it. You make them think they either got a new command from their queen or you make yourself the queen. Or there's a million things you could do. You could like use a mind blast of do something cool and mean.
What
I
is
mean,
the
you
thing
could
that you're
you anything that Jean Grey can do is on the table.
Right? That's why I was like, how can you make?
Let me
Like
ask you
Dark
this, Ripper.
Phoenix time.
What
Rah!
is the thing that you were going for again? It was mindful.
Mindful, yes.
Mindful.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if I can make a command strong enough that it overrides their drive to
To get at us.
The ether tech
To
continue
get
field.
it.
to
Yep.
just keep going.
Yep.
Um, and what that would take, like, do I
Mm.
have to make them think they have a bigger energy signature somewhere? Do I have to recall them to the hive? Because I mean, I don't have to be in the hive. If I send them to the hive, they're going to go to the hive, right?
Yep.
Killing them is not really the only option. Like
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
removing them.
Because once we get into space, like we're good.
Yeah, they can't fly
Yeah.
in space. That you know of.
I think we should recall them to the hive. I feel like that's going to be the only other strong impulse that they'll have. Because, right? Because if they're
Yeah, it
just
has to be simple
a
and to the point.
machine, then the only other thing, like, what are they gonna know? Kill, eat,
Kill, eat,
and
poop.
then whatever, defend the hive, defend the queen. So
Yeah.
if they think that the
Defend,
queen is in
attack.
danger, they're gonna go back to the hive, right?
Yeah.
Now,
So
here's
Can
yeah,
Lux
you have to keep the
control the like?
impulse simple. The
I'm going to
impulse has
say
to be
that that's a
simple.
That's what I
heroic
mean. Like
roll. You're going to need 9
that.
victories to make that happen. It's not potentially impossible, but I will remind you that you can set yourself up for rolls.
Yeah, like we did earlier.
Like
So
you
you
did
can
earlier.
like you can basically take this, but she would take the round to do it, right?
Yep.
That would negate her
that would
combat
be her
round.
action this round. Now, I'm going to tell you that they're not likely to catch up right now
Okay.
because you're
So
really
you could, yeah. So
That
this is
always
the
kills
opportune
me.
time to do
That's
it.
always the second thing I'm looking at is how many steps can I take? How far can I move in this
Maybe,
round?
maybe,
Um,
maybe what you can do is take this like as a preparing thing.
mhm.
Maybe you take this round to basically like tap into their minds and understand like how they think for a second. Or get an idea of what like how basically like how their subconscious, unconscious, all that works.
Like I did it, just as I did at the school. Do a
Yeah,
search.
get like a glimpse of it
If there's
enough
something there,
Yep.
that
will
you can
help.
have,
If there's nothing
because
there,
they don't have
then-
to be aware of you observing,
well, they're
right?
not. Yeah, in fact, it's better if they're
the-
not.
Yep.
They're too low down on the thoughtful place to probably be able to recognize when you're in there.
Yep.
And why reinvent the wheel? It worked the first time.
Okay.
Exactly. So let's do that. Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, not that I'm trying to tell you what to do, but I'm like, you got a plan.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm doing basically is searching for their language because I can't hone in on sending them home unless I know how to tell them.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So you have 6 dice.
That mind or spirit? That
That's
spirit. Oh,
spirit.
thank God.
Yep. Yep.
Because
Anything.
it's the
Anything.
strongest.
Anything supernatural is spirit. It's that simple. We don't make it
Works for
complicated
me.
at Jump Rangers.
Works for me.
So what are you bringing
All
to
right.
roll?
Let's see.
Let's find a target number here. What have you got?
Basic, smart, psychic,
Yep.
far-seeing,
That's 4.
stealth.
Yes.
Because I
5.
got to get in there and out of there without
Causing a
alerting them.
Yep. That's 5.
Improv.
6.
And I feel like this is both brave and clever.
Yes. Yes. It is both brave and clever. Yes. 7,
Alright.
8. So you have +1 victory and a target of 7. You're in a good position.
And 6 dice.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and say to make this happen, this is you're gonna need 4 victories.
3, 2,
Yep.
2,
Yep.
8, 5.
Okay.
2, 2, 8, 5. One more.
Okay.
3.
3 and plus
So-
1. So that's
so I got
2. That's 2 automatic victories. Okay.
Alright.
2 your roll. Now, let me make a roll on my side. Oh.
You know when he does that, because sometimes it's good for us and sometimes it's not.
Here
I think he does it on purpose.
we go. I might be doing things on purpose. It's possible.
You're so
9,
relaxed right
okay.
now, Will.
7.
That
Okay.
is the happiest
2,
baby
3,
ever.
4,
I know.
6, 7. How many victories did you get?
A 6 dice, 5.
Okay.
Plus whatever
one.
you would
6,
assign me that
okay.
I can never remember.
You reach out towards the minds of the spore wasps. And for a brief moment, you're holding on. You're locked into this thing, but for a moment it feels like you're surrounded by mist. Your senses are a little bit overwhelmed by the sights and the sounds of what the spore wasps are experiencing. Suddenly, you can feel the beating of the wings. You can smell the ions coming off of the battery that you're carrying, and the mist surrounds you. And suddenly, it grows dark. And as the mist parts, you find yourself in a deep, dank, dripping cave full of what can only be described as glowing eggs lying in, I would say, frankly, a lake of sputum. You're standing on what feels like wet paper mache under your feet at the shore of of this lake. It's almost like Gollum's cave in here. And there is indeed an island in the center of the lake, or is it an island? It starts to stir. And you can see a whole array of glowing eyes peering at you from the island. And a
Okay.
voice in your head that says, "You disturb my children."
Dang it! Dang it. Now we have a new problem.
If I can get to her,
It's all over for her.
Can I make her feel pain? Because the wasps would return if, say, eggs started exploding. They'd return to defend it. Can't like what can so and clearly I'm not really there, so I can't do that. But they would automatically feel a drive to return, just like bees do, right? To the hive when something is wrong, everybody hunkers down, everyone moves in, and they send the drones out, and everybody else moves in.
I'm going to remind you that you're going for mindful
Oh, that's right.
here.
And I'm at 2 out of 3, so I should really need to. All right. All right. Can't blow it now.
We're going for mindful. We're going for larger context, big picture, right? What's the larger context, big picture here?
And in this being actually speaks.
It's in your mind, but yes. And if you check in with yourself, you can feel the wind still on your, like, you're frozen in a moment of time. You haven't left the bug. You're not physically here. This is all happening at the speed of thought.
I was not ready for this.
I know.
I don't think she's going to be. I just don't get the sense from the spore that there's a lot of compassion in there or mercy.
Well,
Honestly, I think it would. Honestly, if this Rupert's probably surprised and possibly soiling herself at this moment.
fair enough.
That's
Yep.
that's the reality of it.
Yep.
But
This wasn't likely to happen, by the way. She just rolled better than you did.
Her.
I just don't know.
Have a conversation with her.
I don't have a lot of faith in a conversation with her. How are we on time?
You are safe.
All right.
That's what she says.
All right, Bam Bam. What would I do if I was Bam Bam? If I was Bam Bam, I would say, hey, I'm just trying to leave. I just want to get away. I just want to leave. And I know I'm not what you eat. I know not what you want. I just want to leave. Let me leave. Let me take all of the other irritants with me. We'll all go and leave you to this planet in peace to chow down. No more fighting it for it. It can be yours. I want to give you this planet that you've been gnawing on for 1,000 years.
Okay, Bam.
You know?
This is going to be a hard call.
I feel like that's sort of the argument Bam Bam would make. Let's give this to
I think Bam Bam. Yeah, I think Bam Bam would be like,
we're
hey,
just
let us
we're not
go.
trying to mess
We're
with
just
you.
kids. We're young. Actually, that's a good point. Bam Bam will make that point. Oh, you think your children are disturbed? I am the young of my people.
Yeah.
So you are offending you're literally y'all are hurting us.
You just gotta let us
If
go.
we're gonna get all moral high ground,
Buster,
lady.
Bam Bam's moment. Slow down, Buster.
But it's true. I mean, that's what Buster would do. Buster would try to convince this random, very scary entity that we just want to go, and you don't have to mess with us.
Go ahead.
You don't have to.
Go ahead and make a heart roll.
Double checking my heart, but yeah. All right. 3, by the way. I have 3. I am not Bam Bam. Clearly.
No.
All right.
Give me 1 sec here. Okay.
But I'm smart. And psychic.
Ooh.
Far-seeing.
Smart, psychic, far-seeing.
Definitely being curious right now.
Yep.
More than a little brave. And God, I hope clever.
Yep.
This is me trying to live up to my military big sister, my Jump Rangers big sister, who I'm going to have to tell all of this to afterwards.
Oh, was your sister a ranger?
Oh, I'm definitely improvising.
Yep. So that's 6.
Does traversal? Can I please use traversal? This is across a great distance. Mother hugger. I didn't figure so. Let's see. Smart. Untamed.
Yes,
Oh
definitely. So
yeah.
you're at target 7.
All right.
Okay.
So that's it. That's all
Yep.
I got.
Roll your
Did I
dice.
just did I include basic?
Yes.
Okay. 2, 7,
It works.
1,
Wow.
Yes.
6.
Yeah.
All right. So you basically stand there and say this panicked, like, you really, this is all, and so on and so forth. And
I'm just a little kid.
Mm.
you feel
I'm just a little kid and I want to go
you
home.
feel
I want
intensely
my mom.
scrutinized for a moment. Intensely scrutinized.
Well, I'm not
And
lying.
no, you're not lying. And you hear the whole room sort of pump with atmosphere as this queen inhales and exhales and says, "Run." Like, like,
We're gonna
and
take that and go.
We'll
and
see
and
what that
and so
means in the next
let's
combat round.
everybody roll initiative. Everybody roll
Oh wait,
initiative.
how many do I roll for initiative?
You roll your mind or your
Mine.
spirit,
Mine.
whichever's better. Target of 4.
Okay, 4. I have 4 of those.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go.
I got 4184, so I guess I got 2.
Okay. All right.
What the numbers were, but I have 6 dice. I rolled 5 under 8 and an 8.
Did you roll
Oh,
any?
I didn't
So
Oh,
re-roll
you're
my
looking at under
1.
4 is what you're looking for.
yeah.
Oh, now I have
Now I got to do it again.
I re-rolled my 1. I forgot to
3,
do that and I got an 8.
That's okay.
5.
Liz, hold your action. Hold your action. Hold your action.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to roll. It's fine. Hold your action until the end of the round. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
So this is and Buster, you don't know any of this has transpired.
Right, yeah,
You're-
I have absolutely no clue.
You are pushing Lux towards the mothership, towards the crash site. And indeed,
Like, I probably glance back at her and see she's really still, but I know well enough to know
Yeah,
something else is going
you
on
glance
there.
back and the wind is blowing her hair in this utterly picturesque, completely mysterious way. You have no idea what's
So
going on.
I
But
know something's up, but she's got it. She's
you're
fine as long as
leaning
she's
in,
holding on.
and
Probably
Lux
looks a little constipated.
is diving towards the ground and weaving in between buildings as he blasts towards the crash site. You're guiding him all the way there, and um, the wasps behind you break off
Hmm.
and leave. They lose you in the buildings and they disappear. Now, as you're arriving at the crash site, you can see one of the openings defended by the soldiers and the scouts that you sent to work with Big Mouth, holding back 3 spore wasps from the actual. You don't know what's going on inside the ship just yet, right? You can
Right.
see that colonists have moved on. There's nobody outside except for the soldiers and the
Okay, good.
I hope everyone else is
the
inside.
scouts.
Yeah, I
Yep.
hope that's a good
And
sign.
that they're working on
I'm really
getting the
stuck
ship
at this
up and
point.
running, right?
While they defend it. Yeah, okay.
Yep. So
Okay.
they're near the opening on the underside, and you can see that that's the hole that Lux is heading towards.
Right.
You can feel him, going because he needs to get this battery inside the ship and get it hooked up.
Right.
So
So we're like telling like the guys like don't shoot this. He's with us.
Yeah.
But we gotta get
All
rid
right.
of them like in a
Well, they can
minute
see the
for
battery, and
reasons.
they can see, and they knew your plan. You did share your plan with these people before you
Yeah,
left
yeah,
them.
yeah. They knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you do see 3 spore wasps battling, what amounts to 96, probably a few less now, soldiers and scouts trying to fight these wasps back.
Okay. Well, we got to take care of that. They're not going to run like the others did
No.
in our
No.
presence.
They're already engaged. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They're in the middle of a fight. They're not going to just break off the fight. It's a different thing. Plus, they're probably from a different hive. You don't know. They're not.
I guess
leaving.
I think the move here would be to get Lux to drop the battery to the soldiers or to somebody, some people, so they can group move it. That way, Lux can defend.
Lux is a flying crane. This thing is not moving under manpower.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, we got to join the fight real quick and get them out of here. I mean, we have to, and
So you guys
obviously
jump off.
Can Lux get past them? Like, how close to this opening are they fighting? Can Lux get past them and then we head back out?
You're a little worried that they're gonna smell the battery as you approach, and
yeah.
and so the reason why you held your action, Liz, is because you get to take one action this round before we get into the next round.
You get a surprise round, essentially.
Yep.
Thank God I already rolled enough to get my mind full. All right.
So what would you like to do here?
I mean, ultimately, I'd like it for us to find another way for Lux
Maybe
to
you could
dispose
tell
of the
them to
battery.
run.
I mean, I could certainly holler out to someone coming in hot. I mean, we've got Gel on the ground, so she'd at least like know exactly what was going on. It wouldn't be like, "Whoa, crazy brain in my crazy voice in my brain." So we've got Gel there to communicate to the soldiers if you want that, or we can. I mean, if we just can't fight hard enough. I mean, I don't want to go back in there, so I don't want to try to go in these mines. I'm not going to lie.
What we know about
want to go back because the queen might not give her a second chance. Okay, I haven't had a chance to communicate that yet. So, because if we could draw them off, then if I hadn't already used up my one get out of jail free card with the hive, that's what I would have done, right? Draw them off and then try to control them. But we already used that one. We're not. I don't think that's going to work twice.
Yep.
Fair.
Is this the only opening?
High or low? No, it can't be the only opening. It's not the only opening. No.
Can he deposit it far enough away that it takes them a second to notice there's a battery? Like, how far apart of these openings? Is it far enough that we can have him drop a battery off and join the fight? Even if we can't.
That's a good question. Maybe.
And if so, will Big Mouth know what to do?
Well, Big Mouth can't move it, so
I mean,
we have to have.
Yeah, Big Mouth is no. He's gonna have to. He can't just drop the battery off. It's gonna have to be installed.
Yeah.
It's gonna have.
So we're gonna need Lux to stay in the
and hold the battery and like.
And I get to roll on this. Cool.
I mean.
And Lux isn't really capable of fighting right now, huh?
Not with the battery in his hands, because he's
with the battery.
hanging on, because he's doing his job.
Yeah, whatever we do, we have to like get. We either have to fight, like jump off and
ask yourself this question: the battery has to fit somewhere, right? And you know how this place is built; it's mostly all superstructure. So where you go is going to depend on where you plan on putting the battery. Now, right?
We have to get it as close to its spot. And is that spot by any chance far enough away from the fighting that it can be placed?
Or is there another place where you can connect the battery? Do you see what I'm saying? Now,
these are things we should have talked about.
This is just an
clearly.
idea. This is just an idea, and it's not something that anyone's there to communicate with you. but it's been a while since this story started. What's occurring to me now is that there's all these places where you were dropping robots from. Basically, docking bays towards the outside of
Right.
the ship where these robots are docked, and they're not there anymore. But there has to be a way to get a loom in and out of the robot.
Right.
So maybe the battery doesn't need anything other than the docking clamp and the connection.
To get the
Like,
ship moving.
I am
just to get-
definitely not the team member to know this, but if this is what I'm being told, then I'll roll with it.
So that's
No,
I
that's
mean
smart.
this is
Just plug it in and get the ship moving. Like get them to work.
in fact that's Big Mouth is going to radio you. Big Mouth is going to radio and say, "Is that you?
Yes.
Do you have the battery?
Yes.
Yep.
Bring it to the Yotun docking bays under the ship. We'll install it
There we go.
Okay.
You heard Lux.
Right.
But you still have your action though. You still have your
Yeah, that's the
definitive
thing is
action
I
to use.
still. What am I doing?
So
Um.
you have to pilot Lux, Buster, because Lux can't hear you or understand you necessarily.
Right, but she has the action to reconcile before anything else happens.
Yes.
From this point.
Yes. Is there something you want to do, Liz?
Well, here's the thing. It's just wasps, right?
That there's going to be bugs on the inside.
That sounds weird, but they're so far right now they are just dealing with wasps.
Yes.
Can they retreat?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. The wasps are going to follow you.
Could we get a warning to them that it's time to beat feet?
You can do that by contacting
Gel. That's what I'm asking. Is that our best course of action now?
Yep.
Because we're not going to be able to take on the wasps. Even with one, we're still taking on 3.
Yeah,
Even
the
with
wasps
one with
are like
intelligence, we're taking on 3.
The
And
wasps are pretty OP. So
and having fought before, I do know that if there are 4 people of equal skill, 1 on one side and 3 on the other, you're still getting your ass kicked. So even if you're smarter than the other 3, if you're pound for pound, you're gonna lose.
Yep.
So we can't really fight them.
All we can do is shake them.
If you want me to tell Gel to, as soon as because they're, like you said, they're going to be distracted. They're going to be heading our way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be ready for a hasty retreat. So they got to be already on their way, securing themselves, getting to where they were told to go, because they would have discussed all this before we were even got back.
Yes.
Right? Like they know what they need to do because they've not been trying to get a battery out of the center of the planet.
Right. Yep.
Yep. So like I just need to get
protecting the repair teams. Mostly they've been protecting the repair teams. That's
so you just need to tell them, hey, it's time to pack it up and ship it out. Like we're here and things are ready to go.
Are the repairs done? Are they ready for us?
We're ready for you, but we need a pilot.
I'm here somewhere.
Good news. Okay. So we got to basically do that slide in landing.
Yeah.
Here it goes straight to the end.
Like literally try to slide the battery into place.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta notch this thing, and as soon as I have the signal that it's okay for me to tell them to run, are we going?
Yeah.
Is this my role?
Yep.
All right. It's time to tell Gel.
Yeah, you do that. That's the first thing. Yes. So
and this is my
roll spirit.
Roll spirit. Yep. Okay.
And target is dependent on your skills, but it's going to be the same target number that you were dealing with when trying to contact the wasp. So that's 6.
6. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
By the way,
so
you did get. Don't forget, you did get your
mindful.
Your mindful.
We can add mindful to it.
So that's
we
7.
Can add mindful to this one. So that's 7. So 6 dice.
Target of 7.
7. Target of 7. 3. 3. 5. 6. 1. Reroll the 1. 4.
Okay.
2. That was 6. Oh no, 1 more because I rerolled 1. 7.
7. So, great news. You're in contact with Gel. What exactly?
Because Gel's good.
Yep.
That we are short on time, and she needs to get the soldiers and the scouts to go to their flying stations. Where you are securing yourself is where you need to be, or into the wherevers. Wherever you've been told to go, you got to go there now. We have seconds
Yep.
at this point.
Okay. So so no roll, everybody. I'm not going to make you roll initiative because you've got the drop on those 3 wasps, right? You do. But they are going to follow you.
Yeah.
Buster, you have to pilot. You can't explain to Lux what
Yeah.
needs to happen. So you have +5 to your roll. Target of 7. Grab your body dice.
Okay.
And see if you can drive this battery home.
All right.
You're going to have to plug it in once it's done. You understand that? The 2 of you are going to have to plug this battery in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Rolling the dice.
Or not. Or you don't have to plug it in because actually, now that I think about it, it doesn't necessarily. They're fine in there as long as nothing eats the battery.
We might as well plug it in too. They might be useful.
It might be smarter to keep the wasps off the battery first.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. We're doing that. Okay. Okay, so
right.
I gotta roll do I gotta count all my stuff or am I good?
You gotta count. No, you're fine. Just roll your target of 7. You have 5 automatic victories to pilot this thing in.
Okay.
You're rolling your body. Tell me how you do.
3. 4.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
4.
Oh my gosh.
1.
Okay. Oh wow.
Oh wait, I have to do the reroll on the 1. Sorry.
That's okay.
5.
5. So that was 6 victories.
Yeah.
Plus 7
Something
is
like that.
13.
You got this.
You got this. You swing the wasp around, and
I've even back it in. I'm so good.
and it just exactly it's a sliding maneuver where you just drop it right back in there, and as soon as you hear that battery clink
thud.
home, thud
Clink,
home,
clink.
you see the wasp start to glow. For a brief moment, the wasp begins to glow. We're going to start. One thing that I'm going to pass on to you right now, Liz, is that your spidey sense is tingling. Something bad's about to happen.
Oh, great.
Right? Now you know what's happening. It makes perfect sense. There's only one thing that can happen here. And you've got your action for this round still in your back pocket. So I'm going to leave it to you to figure out what to do with this. Lux extracts itself from the wasp and fills the chamber that you're in, and you can see the clamps like locked down on the battery before Lux infects the cable, and there's a little electrical surge, and Lux zooms off into the ship. So we haven't really done an initiative roll until this very moment, Liz, but you and the wasp are going to roll initiative against each other because you have a spore wasp.
She has a spore what?
Spore wasp. The spore wasp has 0 victories on the initiative roll. So you can roll your spirit of your mind, difficulty target of 4. How many victories? 2. You get to go first. You're right on this thing's back. The spore wasp is tough. Now, something else we may need to talk about this moment is how multiple actions work. You might be trying to do things that are relatively simple and not that challenging, but you might not have a lot of time to do them in. This is perhaps more real now than it has been previously in the game. So, multiple actions just means separating the die pool. You can do multiple actions. They have to be using the same strength. You can't do math problems while you're running a foot race. But you can fire a weapon while you're running a foot race. You see what I'm saying? So you can use the same strength for multiple actions. You just take the number of dice you have and you split them up.
Well, now I know I can enter a wasp.
Yeah.
But I've never taken one over. Like Lux takes anybody over.
Are you the Robo Wasp? Are you going?
I mean, if I can pull myself and bam bam off the wasp and just drive it in the opposite direction into a cliff. I don't care. Just the wrong way, far enough for us to get clear and get ourselves secured in, because I'm assuming all of this stuff is still happening. Like, we're experiencing liftoff at this point. Lux is clearly not going to help us.
Lux has to fly the ship.
Yeah, I know.
He's elsewhere.
So
Don't give him credit for this. He could have gotten rid of the wasp. Well, he couldn't, but still.
There were options for Lux.
He's actually not the bad guy here.
Here's the observation that I'm making that you touched on and somehow worked around, is that you could potentially do what Lux did and just take the wasp and fight the other wasps.
Oh, that would be so cool. Oh my god, you should totally do that. I vote for that.
Lose,
but I'm on your back, so you'll have me.
Technically, it would only be my mind. So the fact that I lose, I guess,
skills and your sorcery, how can you fail? How?
How? It looks so cool.
Yeah, technically, how many spore wasps are we dealing with at this very moment?
3 incoming spore wasps.
Yeah.
And 1 that's
under you right now. That's about to shake you off or do something, unless you do something right now. What do you want to do? 5.
The last thing we need him to do is try to eat that battery.
2, 1.
I'm taking over the wasp and you're flying him at the other ones. I don't know what else to do. I can do this. I can do this. I made it all the way back to the hive. I can do this.
Yep.
As long as it's not a heart roll, I can do this. It's
not.
So
it's a spirit roll.
Yep. Thank God.
It is a matter of the spirit.
Piece of information? Here is the wasp spirit.
Oh, that's a plus.
Yeah.
That's a big plus.
Yeah. You're not hopeless here. Instinct, relentless, and vicious. It's got a target of 3. Here's its resistance roll. It doesn't make it. So, show me something.
All right. Because Bam Bam is going to be piloting, is that a separate role? Is this just me taking over the wasp?
Correct.
That'll be us in collaboration again.
Yeah,
so
it'll be just the same thing that was happening with Lux.
Yep. Okay. So basic. Untamed. I don't know that this is smart.
No.
I'd like to argue for smart, but I don't think it is. It's a little.
It's untamed.
It's a little reckless. It is definitely untamed.
But it's great.
Psychic
it's smart in the moment.
Yes, psychic and Farseeing. That's 4.
Improvisation. Brave. Clever.
It's not very clever. Is it? I mean,
well, it's not very mindful.
No, it's not very mindful.
Then I'm arguing for traversal.
I'll give you that. 8. So 7 plus 1. So you have 1 automatic victory on this dice. You have a target of 7. You have 6 dice of spirit.
Oh God, 7.
You can do it.
7.
6.
Okay.
2.
That's
3.
Come on.
2. 4.
Yeah.
1. Do that more often.
Yeah.
7.
Give that 1.
I still have 1 more, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to re-roll
2.
1.
Okay. You have control of the spore wasp. You suddenly
I now have control.
You can feel, just like we were saying before, you can feel the mist pumping in and out of the spore wasp's lungs. You can feel the wings beating against the interior of this space. And you can feel the will to fight and die for your queen. You can feel all of it.
All right. Well, I'm fighting and dying for my queen. Those other guys.
Yeah. Are you going to wait for them to come chase you down? You have a wasp attractor here. Are you going to put the battery?
No, I feel like we got to meet them.
Okay.
I feel like Bam Bam would want to as well, even though clearly I'm not talking to Bam Bam at this moment. Bam Bam's just, sort of taking over.
This is a wild rodeo for me today.
You feel Lux pass around you and through you, and then all of a sudden you feel like you have even more control over the spore wasp somehow. You just feel totally empowered. You don't know what the hell is going on, but you and this spore wasp, it's like you've been working with this spore wasp for a year.
Quick question. Is Ripper still on the spore wasp, or did Ripper just step off?
We're on it.
Yeah, Ripper's on the spore wasp.
Okay, and she's just clutching on.
Just holding on.
So
eyes are rolled
nothing
up in the
new.
back of her head, though.
Okay. That would probably make me go a little bit like, if I think what is happening. Hell yeah! Let's go!
You got to know your partner, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like, it goes from like Spore Wasp being like, okay, clearly Lex is left. Oh no.
Yep.
Wait.
So the two of you
Okay. All
rocket
right, let's
out
go.
towards the 3 spore wasps that are bearing down on
Hell
you
yeah.
out of this chamber.
Yeah,
Just as
attack
you
is
do,
surprise.
the
First,
last.
first surprise attack is just like boom, straight
Yep.
tail right into one of them. Like I
Yep.
pull her so that she does like the sort of like you know, she curls it up like
Yep.
under and is like bam into one of them
Now keep in
hard.
mind, again, you can split your actions too if you want to attack and also throw a dodge out there, because you are only going to be as hard to hit as you make yourself.
Right.
So if you want to throw a dodge, you can divide your actions, and as we've learned throughout this process, like
Mm-hmm.
your dice aren't necessary. If you're building up the way you are through your collaborative efforts, your dice aren't necessarily going to be the core place where you're getting your right. You're getting
Right.
virtues and training from the spore wasp and from Liz.
Right.
Right.
Biggest trust fall ever.
So you don't
Yeah.
necessarily need all those dice to succeed here. You might want
Right.
to throw
Yeah.
some,
No,
you
I'll
might-
split. Okay. I get it. What we'll do is then is like, I
but
mean,
hang tight
whatever we
before we
do.
talk about that. There's one other
Yeah.
thing I
Yeah.
gotta mention.
Initiative.
As you rocket out of this hangar bay, and as you start charging the wasps, you hear an enormous rumbling.
Oh no. It's a ship. Hopefully.
Exactly.
Yes.
The whole
We just need to make sure
ground
they stay
starts
out of
to
the
shake.
ship.
Well, there's
The
going to be
goal is to keep him out of the ship.
We're on the clock now to get back on the ship.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then like I thought we were in the ship and then we were like going back out. Okay,
You are going back out. You were in the ship.
We are out.
You're out.
We are
and
out, but now we are
behind
on.
And behind you, the ship is coming to life, and it's going to start rocketing towards the sky, and you're on a spore wasp. It's not impossible to catch a ship if you have to, but they caught you on the way down, don't forget. But just be advised. You're on the clock.
Then,
you got 3 spore wasps.
Basically, my idea here is that we do one attack, save it for speeding off and into the ship. I just want to make it to the damn ship. Okay.
All right. We're crashing into 3 wasps, throwing them off balance, and then nose diving. Like
nose diving you're trying to hit all 3 wasps if one attack is the plan. You want to hit all 3 wasps if one hit is the goal.
Maybe. I mean,
they're not that close together.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd have to take them one at a time, but I'm gonna let me just put it this way: I'm going to prioritize the ship and getting back in it over the fight.
How many combat rounds? Think about you don't have to get back in the ship in one combat round necessarily.
But I'm gonna keep aware of the ship's speed. If we have 3 combat rounds, I will absolutely
off the ground yet. It's not off the ground.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's not like speeding off in the middle of a combat round and then I'm having to catch up with it out of nowhere.
Status of the ship at all times.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna smash into the one, and we're gonna smash right into I don't know. I would let her choose the smash spot because she's gonna have a sense of its weak spots right off the bat.
Okay.
And I'll say as much. I'll literally say it out loud to her. Hit them where they're going to hurt, because if you know how they're going to hurt, you might know how they hurt now. I don't know. Your eyes are rolled back, something's going on, and you're real still.
You have complete control of this wasp, though.
Yeah. I'm saying it out loud. You don't have to you can't respond, but
so here's the thing. How many dice are you using for the attack? How many dice do you have in body? -1.
Body 5.
So
minus
you have 4
1,
dice.
4.
Is it 2 for the attack
and
2 for the
Yeah, let's
dodge?
go 2-2. 2-2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's break
that seems
down.
fair.
From the spore wasp, you get alert, fast, flying, instinct, relentless, strong, tough, and vicious. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course. So 8. What do you guys bring into the roll?
Combat strategy.
2. Yeah, 9, 10.
Because I'm going for surprise right now. Because they're not
Yep.
going to expect another spore wasp to come barreling into him.
Good point.
Yeah.
Piloting.
Yep. 11.
Basic,
12.
obviously. Assertive is a pretty assertive move.
It is a very assertive move.
Focused.
14. Yep.
Hella
I'm
Cool.
not going to give you focus while you're dividing your actions. I can't do it.
I was gonna say
That's
I was just about to bring up like I don't feel like this
That's
is
okay because
that
this is
focused.
super cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's just the
definitely
coolest.
righteous.
Yep.
I get like plus 15 cool right now. No. Relentless.
Yep.
Yeah, inspiring. I mean, if somebody sees it, they're gonna be like, "That's really inspiring."
Yeah.
To me personally.
It's inspiring to little kids, at least.
Yeah, at
Well,
the very least.
Okay.
And that's all that matters anyway.
You
And
have-
righteous.
And righteous.
Righteous.
Okay, so you have 10 automatic victories on this roll.
And we haven't even counted Liz yet because Liz is
Oh,
part of
yeah,
this attack,
yep,
right?
yep,
This is
yep.
us combining. So,
Yep.
or does she still get a separate action?
No, this is
Okay.
a combined action. Yep. So what are you bringing to this? 10.
Clearly, psychic, far-seeing, and traversal.
Yep.
Because,
Yep.
13.
right, basic
training is 14. Improvising. You know what?
improvise, clever.
This is a sick
Nah, not clever,
combination. There's no rolling here. There's no rolling this.
We just played into our strengths without
You
knowing it. That's all.
You absolutely did. This is ridiculous. Like,
So we just smashed this bug.
you smash through this bug, and
It breaks apart.
This bug has 3 brains.
Just the gooey parts
Like,
now.
You've completely cross-networked this bug to the point where it's
Oh my
just
God.
a killing machine. You are a killing machine. So, without further ado, the 3
Can
of
we
you,
do all 3 of them at once?
Nope,
Just
no,
like,
but you take this bug and you just blast. You send out your claws and you just tear this bug in half. The other 2 bugs come careening
Ooh.
inside you. You just
They've never
flip
even
right
seen
over.
this before. They don't even know what to do.
They don't know. They've never seen anything like this. This is bug dogfighting, and they are not prepared.
They come after us,
Yep.
and I'm like,
Yeah. You grab
more
one
power
of the
rolls.
bugs and you hit the other bug with it until they are both going down.
This is
And
awesome.
then-
Oh my God.
This is too
This is the
broken.
best day.
And
This is the best day.
I think that if only we'd known.
Before you get rid of this thing, you make the very wise decision of flying. And so the ship is starting to come off the ground at this point. It's starting to rocket up towards the sky. And you charge this thing right through the main entrance. And you can see there's a ton of potato bugs in here. There's lots of munching going on. And you just clear the area. You just grab these potato bugs and start throwing them out of the ship.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Tossing them out before
Those poor bugs. They're like, what
impaling
did we
this
do
thing.
to you, man? Like,
Yeah, we're just like, this is the best. This is like an excavator right now. Yeah.
You
Like,
put
come
this
on,
thing-
come
we'd
on. let's
totally
do
high
it.
five if I wasn't, otherwise engaged.
We're literally clearing him out of the ship, like. Boop, 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 boop.
Bug on bug violence. It's
Don't
fine.
worry, everybody. We have that covered.
It's over. It's over. And you kill this bug and get rid of it before heading out into space. The 2 of you secure yourselves with your winches.
I mushed his brain with my brain.
It probably. I mean, I imagine like killing the bug before we get out would have been something like we like have her. I pick her off of the bug
Yeah.
while she's still controlling it, and she controls it to go outside of the hangar in space.
Sure. Or you could just send it back down. You don't even have to kill it.
Just send it back down. You know what? Let's not kill it. It did us right.
Really, I'm not really a killer, and the queen let me go, so this is us letting one
Yeah.
of hers go.
All right.
Like,
you
here you
pilot the
go,
bug
Queenie.
safely back down
Yeah.
into the
Even-
yeah,
into
we
the
cleared
upper
him out without
atmosphere.
killing him.
Absolutely.
We actually cleared him out without killing him. Yeah, we were
Yep.
pretty nice. But we had to kill those 3 because they were not nice.
They weren't going to let you go. They were not going to let
Yeah.
you go.
No.
All right.
They can fly.
And before this fiasco is over, the 2 of you are safely back in the Rexor, laboratory habitat. With
This is
Big
us
Mouth
right now.
and the colonists.
Oh,
There's water.
oh.
Exactly. Just
Just like hands on knees, like
I should have asked for a paper bag before we left. Stupid hoverboard. I should have asked for paper bags because that's what we need.
We're just like laying, like I literally just like go lay face down in like a pool of water in my suit, even though I can't feel it.
Yeah, they do. They have these. You're right. You're absolutely right. They have these pools. They have these pools that the underswords drink from, and they have it.
Yeah. You had described them before, and I remembered them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've got this piece of undersore kibble, which probably isn't even safe to eat. You're just munching it out of sheer exhaustion.
No, I'm literally still in my suit. I'm still in my suit with everything on, and I just like flop into the water for a second. I can't feel the water, but I know that poop's gonna get
It's
off
there.
of it, and that'll be nice when I get out of the suit.
Oh, no more
been great.
poop. God, I hope someone has an
God.
extra suit.
And then start to eventually like, and I imagine some people are actually like just kind of
staring. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. This is.
It's okay. They're weird to us too.
Yeah.
like somebody's probably nice and helps like the helmets off of us.
Oh, you know there's a mom in there.
Big Mouth is that one. Big Mouth will jump in and sit down.
Yeah.
Help you guys.
And
Big Mouth is kind of a mom.
Like you're in a different place though. I don't know what the rules are on your psychic abilities, but you have pushed yourself quite more than you have any other day in the game.
Yeah.
So I just kind of imagine you're just like
not really coherent. I would imagine. I aged 4 years.
Yeah. And I'm just
everyone thinks I'm 7, but now I feel 11.
And I'm just sitting there like, I finally got to do something with something. Like I finally got to
No one has ever
something.
done anything cooler than that, and we have witnesses.
Yeah, so many.
Like there's nothing. No one has ever. They should make us generals.
Yeah, we should become generals right away.
General Ripper sounds so cool.
We're admirals. I want to be a rear admiral.
That's true, huh? It's Navy because it's space. So
I want to admiral the
that was really confusing. That was always confusing to me that technically it was Navy.
But yeah, like
during our next session, you can't make you admirals, but Big Mouth promised he would be increasing your rank, and he will. He's going to teach you something new.
We've outranked him the whole time.
So we'll deal with that in the next session. For now, for starters, and I hope by now both of you have character sheets where you're keeping track of all this stuff. You finished. The next session is going to be a wind down. Like we'll figure out where you're going, where you're going to drop these colonists off, what's going to become everything else. But for right now, each of you take 1 strength die, put it anywhere you want to.
Okay. So plus 1 strength die. I'm going to decide later.
Yep, you got 1 strength die to put anywhere you'd like. Congratulations. The search for Spark is over.
You know I'm going to have to go watch that now, right?
Yeah.
Like
so like, after we've settled for a second and like we've probably gotten some food in us and like gotten out of the suits, probably had some time to actually like chat like just
with however many of the folk
get air back on our skin, real air. Just finally like just kind of tap into some console that I find just to talk to Lux.
Lux, and there's a little cursor right there, sitting there. You just say Lux ? And then you see we make a good team. And that's where the story ends.
Cool for a second. Yeah.
Well, I knew something was up when he just. I have questions. I have questions for Lux.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, big questions. Also, Lux just maybe have already. I don't know if Lux has unleashed this loom in this ship or not. Right?
No, they're not connected yet. That's something you're gonna have to do.
Oh, that's right.
Next session. Yeah. There's just a battery with the generator that you stole.
I have some questions about them too before we go letting them loose.
Giving them a spaceship.
Like, I don't know. We'll have to give them like a you're right, like a specific space or like devices to hook into so we can discuss things with them.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Maybe we like gotta
3 days.
Yeah, we'll have like we'll probably find like a computer like thing and maybe we can just load them into that and something. But we'll figure it out.
A lot of that stuff has been removed from the ship. when they
Yeah.
evacuated it.
It might take time. It might take time.
But you can use the battery that you have and connect it to the ship. And you don't necessarily need to just do it through the port. You can bring it up into the ship and actually connect it properly if you wanted to, and give them back their spaceship.
That would be kind of cool. I think that would be fun. But
a spaceship needs work.
Is it
and
smart?
It needs repairs. And
they kind of know how to do it.
Yes, but they also don't have a lot of tools. You got rid of all the Yotun.
Yeah, we'll have to find them some stuff.
There are a couple tools, but they don't have a lot of the resources.
Hey, they're in a battery.
Mm-hmm.
They can stay there for a minute. I mean, they've been there for 1,000 years.
Yep.
A couple days isn't gonna
hurt them too much. They probably don't even realize what's going
Give me a
on
minute.
outside of the battery.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was requesting a chimichanga from the other side of this laptop.
Oh.
Ooh. I would like one.
All right.
Mom.
That is our game for today. Does anybody have any closing postmortem thoughts on the session?
That was awesome. That was
Good.
awesome.
Thank you.
I can't believe how much combat we avoided, though. I still can't believe how much combat we managed to avoid.
And what you're finding out is, like, you're going to become more adept in combat the more you learn. Like, jump rangers can become really dangerous, but they don't start that way. You have to be smart. Yeah. And as you become really dangerous, the point isn't to, like, cheek your way through every fight. It's to take on bigger fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you stay this smart, you can do some really incredible things. Like, you, when this story started, could not, and you probably still can't just hijack a whole spaceship. You probably can't just take a whole Saurian mothership. But you can see how Jump Rangers could get to the point where they could. Like, yeah. And where you would have
take over a Saurian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. That's true. All right.
But that's a question I have to ask Lux. Now I need to know for sure who did it.
Anybody who's watching, thank you very much. We'll be back next week with the wind down and character development and all kinds of stuff like that. We'll be talking about where the story goes next. In the meantime, don't be a stranger.